Raising sims are the types of games you never really expect to become addicted to. Then you play and it kinda recontextualizes your entire gaming experience. These games require so much time management and trial and error. It's life simulation. The combination of these two things is honestly really stupid. Life already sucks as is. Why would we want a virtual version of that? A part of life that doesn't suck though is raising something. It's always nice to build something from the ground up and see it grow. But man, that takes forever. So I might as well just see it through a video game, am I right? I present you Raising Sims. But first, how did we even get here in the first place? Well, let me bring you back to the 1960s. Ah, the 60s, a time of turmoil, in the best Beatles album, Fight Me. And most importantly, the Sumerian game in 1964, arguably the first raising sim where you play as an individual character, but you also play as an emperor. What exactly are you raising? Well, your empire, of course. Here you control a succession of 3 Sumerian rulers, starting in 3500 BC, and manage the economy, people, food, etc. It's a text-based game, so no beautiful visuals to stare at here. But I don't know, the scale is too big. I want to raise a child or tend to a farm and live a humble life away from society. I don't want to build society itself. I don't want all the stress and responsibility of being a ruler during the Bronze Age. Boom! Little computer people in 1985. For real this time, this game is hinging more towards what we'd consider a raising sim today. I mean, again, you're not playing as a character. Hell, you're not even guiding them or taking care of them here. This guy is just fully independent, and the only time he'll interact with you is to play some game if he feels like it. I mean, I guess you can guide him to do stuff, but he's a stubborn guy. Well, it depends, since each character you get has a randomly generated personality. As you can see, the early years were very slow. No one was really interested in playing a virtual version of raising something. They were more focused on pretending to save the world as Onion Kids or being Michael Jackson. But one thing would come along to change the raising sim genre forever. But before I go into that, let me tell you, I got a sponsor. Again, just like last video. Yeah, the same sponsor. If you're as obsessed with the cozy living experience as I am, I need you to check out Meant to Sleep sound masks. I was sent one last month and I've been using it regularly to help me fall asleep. It can connect to any Bluetooth device and play the audio while you doze off to sleep. It's much less intrusive than falling asleep with your earbuds on. I'm a very light sleeper myself, and wearing this has helped me sleep so much better and feel much more energized in the mornings. There are more masks such as the silk mask, the weighted mask, and more. The motto of this company is to provide a cozy sleep experience, and if you're as obsessed with sleep as I am, well, it's something you can get behind. Check out their website in the pinned comment or link in the description below. Anyway, back to raising sims. Here we are in the golden age. Jones in the fast lane. Yeah, you thought I was going to be talking about Princess Maker, huh? Yeah, my bad for misleading you, I guess. Jones in the fast lane for the MS-DOS has you playing as a very mundane average man to get through life the best way you can. The game runs in turns, which would become a staple for the genre, even if it's more board gamey than a lot of future games. And honestly, it's really mundane, just due to the fact that it's a literal life sim. There's no real raising anything here, I just mentioned it because of the turn-based stuff. There's no fantasy stuff here or anything like that, just playing as this dude. Okay, yeah, no, also in 1991 we actually got Princess Maker. I'm talking about that now. Princess Maker is really a game changer. You play as a man, entrusted to take care of this young princess and help raise her. Through this, you realize how hard it is to actually raise a kid, as you have to schedule things for her, take care of her mood, manage her intelligence, strength, elegance, fight and train in tournaments, work jobs, manage your expenses, raise your reputation, explore the untamed wilderness. Okay, yeah, this is a lot, man. At this point, Princess Maker kinda had a stranglehold on raising sims. In fact, they made a lot of these games. Princess Maker 2, an expansion on the first with even more stressful factors to tend to. Manage your daughter's weight, create an even more stressful schedule than the first, and marry your daughter. Wait, what? Princess Maker 3, way more visually appealing than the first two. The life sim aspect from here on out is more thoroughly conveyed than ever too. Princess Maker 4, the forgotten child. Princess Maker 5, this one takes place in the modern day and is honestly the coziest one to me. The art style is the best. Everything from the previous games are fleshed out, and the watercolor aesthetic gives everything this nostalgic dreamlike feeling to it. Okay, I kinda skipped ahead all the way to 2007, so let's backtrack a bit. Tamagotchis in 1996. These things took the world by storm and were subsequently forgotten about in a year. It was extremely simple, which worked in its favor since it was something you could just have with you and not need to pay that much attention to. In 97, we got a Tamagotchi for the Game Boy. Feed it, play games with it, discipline it. Wait, discipline? What? Another one came out the same year, but it's Japan only, and funnily enough, it sold even more despite not getting an international release. Japan got exclusive Tamagotchi games for a while actually. Over here in America, we got Digimon and Monster Rancher and Pokemon if you count Pokemon, but I don't really count it at all. After this, things start to go downhill, and this is the Dark Age. I mean, that's really hyperbolic. We got The Sims, which is pretty cool. The first Sims is this weird, oddly eerie game. Many people have noticed how unsettled they are playing this game sometimes. The funny thing about The Sims is how it's so much more chaotic than other raising sims. In other raising sims, you kinda have to shield your pupil from getting harmed. But in The Sims, it's not about what if something goes wrong, it's when will something go wrong, and how bad will it be. And aside from The Sims, the 2000s doesn't really have any notable new raising sims coming out. Like, we got a few mobile games and stuff, and Princess Maker up until 2007, but nothing new came out during this time. In 2009, Japan got Tomodachi Collection, which I think marks the end of the Dark Age. Not because of Tomodachi Collection itself, but for something else. Tomodachi Collection, aka Tomodachi Life 0.5. Most people treat this game like it's a novelty, just due to the fact that Tomodachi Life came out and in general is just more accessible to play. And yeah, Tomodachi Life is what I mark as the end of the Dark Age. This game was a phenomenon, and for a lot of people my age, an introduction to the raising sim genre. It's really unconventional in the fact that you can kinda play God and customize so much to your liking. It also has a sense of humor I have yet to see replicated in any other type of game. There was also Miitomo, which, yeah, I guess it's alright. You can't play it anymore and it failed at what it was trying to be, so there's that part. But around the early 2020s, something happened. A revival of sorts. The people who grew up with these types of games are starting to create games for themselves, and what we are seeing is a revival of the raising sim niche. Yoke Heroes, a love letter to Tamagotchis, the perfect blend of classic JRPGs and classic raising sims. Volcano Princess, a love letter to the Princess Maker series, where you raise this little girl and train her to become the most prestigious person in the kingdom. I remember the summer of sophomore year, literally the same week school ended, I spent 3 days straight playing this game. Absolute peak. We're seeing a renaissance of raising sims, and that's not going to go away anytime soon. To be honest, playing so many raising sims back to back can be tiring, and these games are run on the idea of replayability, but either way, I'm happy. Anyway, that's the history of raising sims. No, I won't be taking questions. Goodbye, peace out. Let me play Tamagotchi in peace, please, I'm begging you.